Hello, Mystic Travelers. It's me, Jazz, from the Mystic's Mirror. If you hear tinkling of little paws, that is my dog, Andromeda. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is a new, shorter series of tarot readings called um, Inner Alchemy. And so basically, it's just for a little daily dose of inner alchemy. And I'm not actually going to use very many cards for it. We'll do a mirror reflection. So we'll have our main card here. You know, life is a mirror. What you put out is what you get back. This is the Mother Mary Oracle by Elena Fairchild. So our focus card today is Our Lady of Charity. So, my friends, what have you been doing to be kind, not just to others, but to yourself? That's one of the most important things you can do. What does Our Lady of Charity, what is she calling you to do? She's calling you to be kinder to yourself. She's calling for you to give freely, but with boundaries. Notice her cloak, right? Peace, because if you give too much without peace, if you give too much because you feel like it's an obligation, then it can actually be damaging to you. This will be our advice deck. This is our challenge deck. So we're talking about charity. This is the Dixit storytelling deck. It's from a board game. Very awesome board game. One small kindness can light up the world. One beam of light in all the darkness. One bright idea, right? That can make all the difference in your day. So be the light you want to see in the world. Charity means for yourself, caritas. Think of agape, true love coming from the source, right? A light in the darkness. There can be no light without darkness, right? Now let's look at your advice. I'm going to have to look up the name of this deck because I cannot remember it. I'll put it in the comments though. Epiphany. Seek clarity. So one of your messages for today, look at that, so beautiful, is to clarify in your mind what giving to yourself means, so that when you give to others, you're giving from a place of expansion and of wholeness and not giving up from a place of lack, right? Now let's pull a few tarot cards. I'm using this little Last Unicorn deck. It's a movie from the 80s that I grew up with, one of my favorite movies, my sister's absolute favorite movie. And I was gifted this little deck of cards. It's kind of mystical. Eight of Coins. This is Shmendrik the Magician. So with Eight of Coins, it tells me that you're still in the process of this, right? It's something you're just working on a little bit at a time. And you know, anyone who's listened to my other readings knows that I am very into Kaizen, which is the idea of one small thing. That's why I have a series of shorts about one random act of kindness and a series of shorts about a mini whimsy. So that's a kindness to yourself. Two of Cups. When you love yourself, other love comes into your life. When you can be charitable and kind to yourself, you will naturally attract that which you're seeking. It's the weirdest irony of spirituality. The more you want something, the harder it is to get. And it has to do with grasping, right? So St. John of the Cross in the Dark Night of the Soul talks about how we sabotage ourselves from like the divine path for us by overthinking. And it doesn't mean don't take action. It just means, see, there's the Empress with Molly Guru. It just means that there is a path laid out for you by, you can say, the divine, by spirit, or by your own subconscious mind. that really plays on your authentic self and your authentic wants and needs. And how are you compromising that by misguided charity or by not feeding yourself? There is an epiphany coming, right? We have, but it's going to be slow and steady wins the race on this one. And with this Molly Grew in the movie, she's sort of like this disillusioned woman who gets really angry when she meets Aurora, the unicorn. Sorry, I said Aurora, Amalthea, the unicorn, because she's like, where were you when I was innocent? Where were you when I was young? And this putting her as the Empress is so beautiful because the Empress is nurturing and loving, and she holds that kind of magic in her heart, right? And once again, we're dealing with energies, not genders. So I would say your mirror reflection today is to be kinder to yourself and let that pour outward from you rather than trying to give from an empty bucket or a diminished bucket, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Love yourself to draw in the energies of love towards you, right? Embody the love that you are. It's about being your authentic self and being who you want to be. And then that vibration and energy will draw in other vibrations of energy of equal. So if you want more spiritual deep dives, inner alchemy, shadow work, worrying about the masks we wear, things like that, please check out my playlist on spiritual deep dives. They're a lot longer, more involved. I use a lot more decks. But I hope that this little reading helped you today to get on the right track. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not sure how this is going to work out quite yet, but bye, Mystical Travelers. Please comment down below if this helped you out or anything else that you would like to see going forward when it comes to spiritual readings. Bye.